Hey there! Today we bought original Nike sneakers and their copy from AliExpress. Now you see two pairs of sneakers, for $10 and for $150, and we will study the difference. But first, let's go back and see how they were packed. The boxes look completely different. For some reason, the fake sneakers box looks like Adidas. Moreover, this box always look as if someone was kicking them. The original sneakers are wrapped into soft thin paper and the copy are inside the shoe bag. By the way, it was already ripped. These sneakers look identical at the first sight, and if you don't pay much attention, you can even say they're similar, but immediately we smelled the difference. Unfortunately, I can't transmit this smell through the video, but I'm sure you are familiar with the smell of cheap Chinese rubber. Visually, you can see two white colors, but they're completely different. The sole material of the original is a kind of yellowish, and fake ones are just snow white, like the bleached teeth. The thing is, it's not a simple sole, but we'll talk about it later. If to have a closer look, you will also notice the difference in the stitch and materials quality. Original shoes are always designed considering every tiny detail. Not to sound groundless, we decided to put them on and start testing. To get to know everything about these shoes, we came to the stadium. In the back part of sneakers there is an air balloon, which cushions the heel and makes your pace softer. In the front part the sole is made with React technology, which totally absorbs every roughness, makes you feel comfortable. With the same test the copy showed a much worse result. The material of sole is very tough and you can feel all the tiniest roughnesses. At first sight the copy has the same air balloon, but it doesn't amortize your heel at all, and under a load it can even deform and not support your foot. When you simply walk, it's hard to feel the difference, but as soon as you move faster, you immediately notice that comfort was not the designer's priority. Although these are not trainers, we still decided to jog a few hundred meters. The way your foot feels during jogging will say about its comfort at all. And everything we can say after our test is that after training wearing the copy, our feet felt more tired. But maybe it's because we used fake pair of sneakers after the original ones. To demonstrate the difference in the bouncing of two sneakers, it's enough to fold them and release. The sole material of the original bounces much better. We decided to make sure that it's the sole which is in charge of resilience in the original. Our test will be like this. While the Swiss knife bounced from the original like from the trampoline, it easily got into the sole of the fake ones. Meanwhile, we got an idea to check the sneakers' water resistance. But both pairs resisted the same, they eventually were wet. Let's put them aside to dry. And now, as much as we wished to compare the sneakers completely, we had to cut them. In contrast to the copy, the balloon really had compressed air in the original. After cutting both sneakers, we could see how much wider the basis of the copy was, although both of them were the same size. Also, we saw that Nike pair had a one-piece balloon, and fake had just a piece of rubber. We finally got to the sole material. There is a kind of plasticine we used to make bouncy balls when we were children. According to the same technology, the Nike sole is made. Look, now we have a piece of Nike React material, one more from the fake sole and another from our plasticine. And this is Durometer, the device for measuring hardness. It refused to measure plasticine. Nike React got 5.5. And the copy got 11, which is twice more. It means that the sole of AliExpress sneakers is twice harder than the original one. Apart from everything else, we could compare the quality of gluing and stitching, and notice that the original sole is much thicker. The original kept the shape even in sectional view, while the fake turned into something formless. Time to finish with the theory and start a practical experiment. We put on the right original and the left fake sneakers to use them during one day. Of course, if you just wear the sneakers for one day, nothing will happen to them. That's why we decided to make a stress test for our sneakers. To step into the mud, to stumble or to jump into a pile of brushwood. We even climbed the tree to check what will happen. And of course we didn't include every challenge into this video, otherwise you will get a heart attack. So, all in all, we're back home to compare the sneakers. And at the first sight, the originals look worse, but after having a closer look, you start noticing troubles on AliExpress sneakers. In some places the fabric ripped, in others stitches were open and some details were unglued. Summing up, there were a lot of problems after such a test, and the original were very muddy, but we couldn't find anything except from mud. Actually, if to clean them, they will still remain safe. Make your own conclusions. Thank you for watching, like this video and don't forget to watch also these ones. Bye!